Hello, humans and pets. Today, Little Caesars did the thinkable, and we are going to be eating it.
Little Caesars took Ryan's idea.
Not my idea, but I had a concept in one of the videos, and
did.
here it is.
It was your idea.
Well, not exactly, because I said put sauce in it too.
Right, you were close.
So they stuffed crust pizza,
Yes.
but with pepperoni and cheese in the crust.
Pepperoni and cheese.
And cheese.
Ryan did say in one of the
I
episodes
said
a
put
long
pizza
time,
crust
just make
in the pizza.
Yeah, why not make pizza crust pizza, and then you don't have to worry about what the crust tastes like. He did say that a long time ago. But they're basically trying right now. So now, not only does in their tweet was, epic isn't even a strong enough word for this, or something to that effect. So not only did they put cheese in the crust,
But they also threw shade at the epic stuffed crust
they
pizza.
threw shade at the epic
Which
stuffed
I
crust
like,
pizza and put pepperoni in the crust.
in it.
So
It's $10
Yes.
for this that we're gonna show you.
yes, a large pizza. You're gonna have to do it because I have a small doggy on my lap. So you're gonna have to do the large pizza. So again, don't know what it looks like. I think it only came out today, which will be yesterday when you're watching this.
Yeah, probably yesterday.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I'm really not sure what's going on.
So we're going to
lift
be
it up
eating the
and
pizza.
just pull it out. It's just paper.
We're gonna be eating the pizza
The
today.
thing says peace of mind, but he's not giving me peace of mind. Don't do that. Are you kidding?
I'm sorry. We're going to be eating the pizza today.
No, it looks good.
There it is.
Really, I don't know
The
why
pizza.
you have to get me angry. All right, so there you go. And true to form,
There's a lot of stuff.
it has nice Parmesan on the crust too.
Yes.
And
looks
look at where the pepperoni is. That's the key. That goes back to Ryan's
Pepperoni
rant.
goes right to the edge.
Yep, that goes with Ryan's rant. We're gonna have to get some
Okay.
napkins. 'Cause they didn't
This
give
is
us
good. This is a good sign so far. I believe it's a large, $10 for this epic.
Yes, it was. All right, there's some napkins in case you need them. All right, so there you go. It looks good. I don't even think they make a cheese one of these yet. I believe that it's only pepperoni so far.
Why would you make a cheese one?
A stuffed crust pizza, just cheese, because they make a cheese one of everything they do.
They have a stuffed crust pizza of cheese, just not with the pepperoni in the crust.
Oh, that's true too.
Why
that,
would you?
That doesn't even
Why
make
would you
any
make
sense.
a pepperoni stuffed crust pizza only cheese?
Yeah, well, there you go. I guess I wasn't thinking of that. Well, because I noticed it was the first time they didn't make a cheese version of whatever they were making for everybody.
That seems like.
But that would not make any sense because then it would just be a stuffed crust pizza. Well, I say there you go. I guess you're just smarter than I am, Ryan. I wasn't even thinking that. I wasn't thinking. I guess they'll never make just a cheese one.
Okay,
So,
this is off to a good start.
all right.
I like how easy
So
it.
I'm going to show you the side view, and as you can clearly see,
It has cheese and pepperoni.
it has
in the
cheese
crust.
and pepperoni, and I'll give you the other side.
Hey, we said we weren't gonna come back until they have something new,
And they
or
did.
if we're in the mood for some Hawaiian pizza.
We did say that.
I would like some Hawaiian pizza, but this is something new.
This is something new.
So even though we said no more Little Caesars for a while until they release something new, here it is.
Well, and I want to just stress right off the bat,
Sauce.
like you can see it in the middle, but and it has sauce on the actual pizza
It
right
has
off
sauce.
the bat. I could taste it when I licked my finger right
Yeah.
from the beginning. All right, so let's see how this is.
Except for the Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, they hit the crust nice. They actually hit the whole pizza with a Parmesan cheese.
Almost,
Which,
yeah.
I will say too, there's something, the very first one, and you'd have to go back to many, many videos ago. I want to say it was the cheeser. They hit it with these herbs on the top, and it just gave it a nice little flavor.
Like the cheese and stuff?
Yeah, do you not see the specks all over
Yeah.
the pepperoni? They hit it with some kind of a, whether it be basil or oregano or something. I gotta say, this one, true to form, even better than the last one, the slices and sticks we had. A generous amount of sauce on there. Really, it's a great ratio. Plenty of cheese, tons of pepperoni.
I love how they do this pepperoni thing, where it's to the edge, but every bite has like 2 pieces of pepperoni in it. It's great.
I like the dusting of Parmesan cheese, and I will go back to. I want my brother to go try these again. Their pizza. The crust on their pizza. We're not talking the crust. We're talking the pizza itself, like the bottom of it, is so tender.
Oh yeah.
And it's still got that buttery texture. It's flavorful. Really, they do a bang up job. If you guys go to Little Caesars by you, let me know if it's half as good, because I'm starting to think our place just does it right. It really does. I don't know if Little Caesars
I think they just do
like
it right.
that.
They have a great social media team. Twitter, the Twitter guy, whoever that is, or whoever the people are. I don't know how many people run it.
I mean,
They reply to like everything, man.
This is good and sauce, and they reply to everybody. Because I
Everybody,
tweeted something one time when I said, "Oh, bring back the bacon pizza," and they're like, "Ooh, good idea."
They just do whatever. Anyways, they're great.
All right,
And all their tweets are funny. Sometimes, like these social media pizza places, right? They tweet out like the fast food places on social media, especially Twitter, and they're like, "Hey, look what we have back," or it's like, "We're ordering pizza today. Are you?" Like boring stuff. They like to spice it up. Whoever runs that, good job. That's all I have
just
to
eat
say.
a pepperoni. So this goes back to the Pizza Hut one we did. When I was eating the stuff on there, it had no taste, no flavor. Like, their pepperoni is quality. It's got a nice spice to it. It has a good taste to it. It's not cheap ingredients, and that's
No.
what you would expect with a cheap pizza.
Well, it might be cheap, but this is some good cheap pepperoni.
This is what I'm just saying.
The thing is that some people might say, "Oh, well, it's sliced thinly, and they're kind of smaller, right?" But my only argument is there's way more pepperoni on this, even if they're smaller.
Yeah.
And the sliced thin, it gives it the crunchy, crispy texture, and I like that.
And honestly, everything about it is spot on. And actually, this one is done good too. They actually put more crust than they did when they did the other one. So I'm gonna try the crust now, and I will have to say, uber soft, like super squishy.
Let me show you
like
again.
No crunch at all on the crust, none.
Look.
Yeah, no. Again, I haven't tried it yet, but like buttery.
This looks like
Delicious.
it's going to be delicious. You get that stuffed crust.
Real quality mozzarella. Like, you
Yeah,
get
I
that
love
really
their
good
stuffed
taste
crust.
of mozzarella on there. And I do like
This
the
is not
pepperoni.
school stuffed crust. That stuff, mine was dry, not good. My old school did a stuffed crust pizza, not the best.
And again, I'm 2 bites in,
This
and it's
tastes
wrapped.
like it's stuffed crust pizza, right? With a piece of pepperoni in it.
Yeah. Oh no.
Because that's what it is.
It
and it's
certainly is.
spectacular.
It is. And just the pizza itself has a generous amount of sauce. It's a perfect ratio. It's actually, you know what? For a pepperoni pizza, it's just a darn good pepperoni pizza. That's all. That's it.
This
It
cheese
is.
is the best cheese I've ever seen, man. Like, it fits so well with the dough. Because it has like a similar consistency with the dough in a way.
Well,
And then it's just like delicious. It's moist. It's buttery. You get the Parmesan cheese, and then you have the nice pepperoni piece.
I know they also tweet out that they make their dough fresh daily, and they say so and so, and they're always blacked out. Can't
Yeah.
say that, and it tastes that way. Like their dough tastes fresh. It's like
Yeah.
a fresh baked bread, but it's not like even like Uno's. As good as we thought Uno's was when we just ate it, this crust is dynamite. Like, I wouldn't want a crunchy crust like that with the stuffed crust in it, but this is
No, of
so
course not.
soft.
I feel like with stuffed crust, you want it like a mozzarella stick.
It's like a mozzarella.
Do you want a
stick.
crunchy mozzarella
Yeah.
stick or ooey gooey Mars melter stick? Not the ooey gooey Mars melt. I don't want that.
Yeah.
But I would take the mozzarella sticks when they're ooey gooey.
I'm trying
That
to
was
think
a
back.
fun review.
I'm trying to
Remember
think
that?
back. Yeah,
The
that was
ooey
not
gooey
good.
Mars melter.
I'm trying to think back, way back, when the epic stuff first came out, and we actually did it from Papa John's. And I remember it being a good pizza,
It was
I
Papa
don't
John's,
remember
right?
being as good as this one though. But that was so long ago.
No. Now dip this into some crazy sauce. That's one crazy pizza.
Well, that's the best part of this. Their pizza has a generous amount of sauce on it. It's
to the edge.
It's all saucy, and so this part of the pizza you don't need it, but I
Yeah.
really do like the little addition of the pepperoni. It does give you that little twist. And again, we're 2 pieces in, and there's pepperoni and cheese coming out all the cuts. Like it's the whole way.
And it's a decent amount of cheese and sauce across the whole pizza.
On the pizza itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything on the pizza is spectacular. There's no show like the show of the it's not the show of the show. Star of the show. There's no star of the show here. They're
I know
all
where you're
equal.
going. Yeah.
The pizza itself is really good, and then the crust is really good. I don't think anything beats each other. It's just really, really good.
I like that too. When we did, now what did we pay for the edge? It was like $13 almost, right? 12 something
So that
for the flatbread pizza,
it
the
was
edge,
$12.99, I think.
and there wasn't half as much pepperoni. We got a common. That was a 4-way or 5-way pizza.
Yeah, so it had pepperoni, peppers,
Bacon,
stuff like that.
onions, and something else.
I don't know if it had something else.
I thought so, but
Sausage.
I think there was sausage
It had
on
sausage.
it. But there wasn't half as much meat on it as this does. And actually, the flavor. I mean, you could see when I showed you.
Not only
I don't know
meat,
about
that
this
half
far
as much stuff.
But you could
As
see
this
all
one.
the nice seasoning they put on it, and I do like that was the other thing. When you're
cheese
eating
is
the
good.
crust, I mean, there's seasoning on the crust too, but the contrast between the Parmesan, the sharpness of the Parmesan cheese and the
then
mozzarella
gooey
cheese
Mars
inside
melter.
is really good.
Yeah, this is really good. And I love how they didn't just put the Parmesan stuff on the crust. They just sprinkled it all around the crust, so you have a ton in the box if you want to dip in
No,
it.
yeah,
you have a ton on the pizza.
And it's good.
Like on the edges. So it's like you're eating the pizza and you're like, this is really good. And then you eat towards the crust and you're getting hyped up for the crust, you know? And then you bite into it, you're like, this is delicious.
Mm-hmm. I like the Parmesan cheese on it anyways, because like when we eat it there, like when you go to like the pizza place, when we ate at the wood fired one and stuff, they always have, or most times, like Parmesan and crushed red pepper.
And you put a ton of it on
and I put a
both.
ton of it on
Yeah.
both of them just because it's a secondary flavor. Like
Yeah.
it just adds you another.
It really
taste.
reminds me of like because that's what it is. It's just like the delicious shaker full of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
$10 for this. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
It's like probably for the same pizza. 15 for just a stuffed crust, no pepperoni in the crust. I'm pretty sure they're the only ones who do it.
Where? At like Papa John's?
So anywhere, it's gonna be around $14 for
I
this
think it was 12 at Papa
for a
John's.
pepperoni pizza. With half as much pepperoni, not even half, like 1/4 as much pepperoni.
Well,
as
we
this.
did the stuffed crust pizza because they were the
Yeah.
original. We did it not that long ago. The original stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut. And we did a pepperoni, I believe. I forget what we did on
remember.
it, but it had no sauce, and I remember not liking it at all because I remember your special guest was like, "That was good pizza." I'm like, "Really? It tasted terrible. Like there was no sauce. It was not good at all." And we certainly did the Papa John's one, but I believe we liked it because it was a decent pizza.
Yeah.
It was good.
And the crust was good.
But this
I would say this pizza.
we'd have to go back and
This
we
is
could do a
comparing
head-to-head.
apples to oranges.
Yeah.
Even though it's a stuffed crust pizza, this is way better. So it's different. You can't compare the two since this has 8 times as much pepperoni.
This is logic. I
and
don't
has
know.
pepperoni in the crust.
We'd have to go back, and if you want to see it, we can. And go back to Papa John's and see if it is as good as we remember it. But this is a darn good pizza. For a pepperoni pizza. So again, when we would get, we didn't go out. So if we went
This
to the
is a
local
good
place,
stuffed crust. I've had
It
some
is.
bad stuffed crusts
It's-
that are dry, and the cheese does not help. I'd rather just have the crust. This is really good.
I keep saying
it's really
it.
good.
And for those people that don't like butter, you would not like these. But Little Caesars does a phenomenal job, and I'm full, but I'm going to show you one more piece. I'm going to eat it again. And they put a generous lather of butter on the bottom on their dough.
Yeah. Whatever it is they put on it, it tastes like butter.
It tastes like butter.
It can be butter spray. For all I care, it tastes good.
And so it just gives it a nice flavor where when we ate the thin crust at Pizza Hut, it was almost dry like a pastry. It needed something. Or even when I ate Uno's, was good. But you know what I was craving? The butter that they put on the other ones. And a million years ago, I remember I had a Pizza Hut, and I finally tried a stuffed crust. And I remember it being buttery. But when we just had it this last time, there was none of that stuff. And I don't know. It's another layer of flavor. And as my mind just went blank.
Chef Boyardee always says.
Yeah, everything's better with butter. It wasn't Chef Boyardee. It's what's her name? Yeah, Paula Deen, I think, used to say that.
Well, Chef Boyardee is always like soup in a can, right?
No, he didn't make soup in a can, but
That was
I forgot their slogan.
That's Campbell soup. Chef Boyardee makes spaghetti.
They make their SpaghettiOs and raviolis. Uh-oh, SpaghettiO. I think used to be his name.
Yeah, wrong person. This is the best stuffed crust I've had. By far.
Not even stuffed crust. This is one of the better pizzas.
Oh,
I've had.
yeah, definitely. $10 for this? Delicious.
Their crazy sauce, or whatever their pizza sauce is, and it tastes a lot like their crazy sauce.
It's very similar.
It has a good flavor. They're not shy with it. You can actually see the sauce on it. Like, they put a generous amount of it on. When you bite into it, you can taste the sauce. You taste the cheese. You taste a ton of pepperoni.
All they need to do is take stuffed crazy bread and put in some pepperonis in there. Now that would be good.
I bet I bet it's next.
We predicted the future.
Huh?
Make it happen again. Because that's going to be earth-shattering.
The funny thing is, if you tweet that to them, they'll probably do it. Because they do listen to their people.
Oh, they do a ton.
Because they brought back because it was overwhelmingly complaining.
Yeah, there were people out with signs.
The pretzel crust.
Every day they went out to the Little Caesar with signs, bring back the pretzel crust.
I mean, this is the good thing. Most times, well, every time before I started doing videos, I would eat the crust first. Because I hated the crust. I'd rip it off, or I would eat it first. No.
Either. Sure, it'll be delicious folded, I guess, but that's some good pizza.
There is no desire to try to eat the crust first on this, because it's just as good. Would this be better if you did get a thing of crazy sauce? And you can buy crazy sauce. It's only a few dollars on the side.
It's like 49 cents.
Or whatever it is.
For like a big jug of it. Or it might... 49 cents, I believe, for every sauce. Crazy sauce, I believe, is 64 cents.
Yeah. But look,
somewhere around the 68.
If you go in, I mean, the sauce goes all the way through. Like, I'm ripping it open right now, where they roll it, and there is sauce on it. But if you had like a side of crazy sauce just for this edge,
I want stuffed. You know what? Cancel my last idea, Little Caesars. Hopefully, you didn't click off. Make crazy bread. Stuff crazy bread, but put pepperoni and sauce in it. Crazy sauce. That would be groundbreaking.
No, they basically because the sauce goes right up to it, and I know they don't want it to be leaking.
Well, I like how you can dip it, you can control it if you don't want it, because it doesn't need the sauce in the stuff crazy bread. So maybe don't do the sauce. Just put pepperoni in it.
It's almost like a good contrast when you get the side. Because now it's almost like slices and sticks, you know.
Yeah.
You eat the side with the sauce if you want the side with the sauce, but then you eat the cheesy sticks on the other side. So when you get to the crust, it's like having your own little pepperoni and mozzarella stick.
This reminds me heavily of the slices and sticks, because you eat the pizza and then you eat a deliciousness. But it's all in one. So the people who like pizza a ton, and you'll get a ton of pizza, you know? You'll get a whole large pizza, $10, stuffed crust with pepperoni in the crust, pepperoni on all of it, and ours had Parmesan cheese.
You know,
Everywhere.
and I have to say, you know, it always bugged me growing up when you went to like a party at somebody else's house. Like, we grew up, you don't eat food, you don't waste food, and if it's on your plate, you eat it. And that's why even if it's nasty, you find me, I just can't stop eating it because I feel obligated. Except I literally threw those chicken sandwiches away.
We hate wasting food. We try to eat we eat everything from the
I tried to eat it. I did. I went back again.
He went back. I wasn't here. I was at school.
And I'm like, no, it tasted like dirty chalk. I ended up throwing it away. It was disgusting. So,
yeah.
You know, what I was getting at is there was so many kids, like if you went to a party and they'd eat the pizza and they'd throw the crust down because they just refused to eat the crust. Or some kids that eat their sandwich and don't eat the crust of the bread and
okay,
stuff.
that's just weird. I understand people don't like the texture. I love the crust. And I go for the ends of the bread first.
We're not calling out the weirdness of the people. We're just saying. To me, it was always wasteful. I defy any one of them kids that would throw these down because the crust is almost better than the actual pizza. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I was getting at.
And both of them are outstanding. Now, some people don't like the texture of the dough or whatever at Little Caesars. Don't like the sauce. Whatever you don't like in Little Caesars, begin to like it because it's pretty cheap compared to most pizza places.
I'm going to call out my brother. So, Mike, I'm telling you that
you need the crust of the pizza.
You need to go.
Sorry.
No. He eats the crust of the pizza. But you need to go. And I know you guys, when they get it, him and Auntie Brenda, they like a combination and they get a full one. And I know for a fact, like the place down the street from them,
it's pretty good.
Actually makes a banging place.
Makes a really good pizza.
Another one. They have another one that actually is actually a really banging pizza.
I think I know what one you're talking about.
It's a thing. But anyways, for just a straight pepperoni pizza, try one of these because he's the one who said he didn't like Little Caesars, and I'm just saying it's worth a try because. It's buttery, it's flavorful, it's delicious.
And if you don't like the pizza, you have a high chance of at least enjoying the crust.
Honestly, this is
and to get a side of crazy bread. You won't be disappointed.
And honestly, it's $10. I mean, this one is actually expensive for Little Caesars.
Correct.
Being $10, but it is stuffed crust and it's
this
floated.
Is like their specialty pizza.
Yeah.
This is good.
This is here for a limited time. I don't know how long it's going to be there. So. I got the hiccups. We figured we would do it today.
You have the hiccups.
I do. I inhaled
okay, so
my
what
food.
You want to do?
Stop. So
no, it works though.
No, it does not.
It does. It works for me instantly every time.
But
we can test it.
No, we're not.
Okay.
So all right.
There is a solution. You put water in your mouth.
You've shown it 100 times. It's not gonna work.
You go like completely upside down, right? When you swallow it, it removes the hiccups. But make sure you're fully upside down.
Go try the pizza. That's what I recommend.
And try the
everybody.
hiccup solution next time you have
it. I recommend everybody try this pizza because it's actually very good.
Yes.
And if you like it, if you don't like the buttery, don't get it. But you know what? All of Little Caesars, and I don't know if it's something new they do. Maybe when he got them, they didn't have it like that. But to me, the dough underneath the pizza, it's not firm or crunchy or hard.
No, it's like a
but
good
it's not,
in between.
It holds the pizza good. It's not flimsy.
Soggy.
It's not overly thick, but it's very flavorful. Yeah. Everything about it just works as far as a good piece of pizza.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And their crazy bread is the best invention ever created.
Honestly, their stuffed crust is right up there too.
And their sticks.
I will say, them sticks are almost better than the crazy bread. We haven't had the crazy bread in a while, but that's what this stuffed crust reminds me of.
Yeah.
The first time we had the stuffed crazy bread.
It's the same cheese.
It's the same mozzarella cheese. My dog's in a box. Someone's driving by with
of course. It's not as buttery and it doesn't have as much Parmesan cheese, which is crazy because this has a ton.
But it's just as good though.
It's better.
Yeah.
And
it really is.
If you get it through the app, I don't know if in person or whatever, but through the app you can get either stuffed crazy bread for like $4.79. Regular crazy bread's cheaper. It's like $4.79 for stuffed crazy bread. Or you could get a deal where it's stuffed crazy bread and the crazy sauce for $4.79.
No, it's regular crazy bread, and that's what the deal is. You can get the regular crazy bread with the sauce, or you have to pay separate for the sauce if you get the stuffed crazy bread. It's like $1 more for the stuffed crazy bread. I'm 90% sure that.
Is it the stuff?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Either way, it's
the
good
same,
either
there's
way.
a deal for the regular Crazy Bread. It might be now.
But the
Regular Crazy Bread is the same price as if you get it with the Crazy Bread and the sauce as if you just get the Crazy Bread.
that being said,
I think.
why pay $4 for a bag of Crazy Bread when you get a pizza with the Crazy Bread in it? You know what I mean? That's the way I look at
Yeah.
it. So to me,
it won't be the same.
it's just as good.
But you
though.
get a whole pizza.
It's just as good. Really, this is a dynamite. This is a home run. Again, I can go back. Their pretzel bread just had way too much salt in it, and that was my only fail.
I don't think this has any salt. Maybe
No.
a little sodium
But it has a
from
ton
the
of flavor.
pepperoni.
It has a ton of flavor.
But it's super duper.
No, I'm,
good.
I'm saying that was the only thing that we've gotten from Little Caesars to include their wings. Their wings were not
We've gotten
dynamite,
some-
but
yeah.
they were not the worst wings we've eaten.
Buffalo.
I'm just saying, they were not the worst wings we've eaten. They were not. I said it. They're not top tier wings when we ate it. I said that right on film. Like, these are not like the best wings.
I thought
I've
Buffalo
ever had.
Wild Wings was gonna smash them.
But they were
pieces.
Buffalo Wild Wings were dry
Those
and
were
not
terrible.
good compared to even Little Caesars. And I
Yeah.
said Little Caesars were subpar, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
was
they
my
were
exact
smaller.
term. Yes.
It was kind of basic flavors. There was only a few flavors, and they were a little expensive.
Well, they weren't crispy either.
Correct.
They
were definitely
didn't have
softer.
any.
They didn't
right.
have the coating or the crunch.
Which I didn't mind, but I know his mother didn't like them at
the
all.
special guest, the
Yeah.
only video she appeared in
Yeah,
so
she
far.
didn't like them at all. And some people like it. Some people want the crispy wings,
Yeah.
some people don't. But again, off their wings, the only thing they really failed on to me so far has been that pretzel crust pizza. I did not like that at all. At all.
Now, 150 subscribers, if you've heard, spicy wing challenge at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
We'll do it. We're hoping that it's not going to be as dry.
We
as
might
our
go to
last
the other
experience.
one. I know you
No,
wanna
we're
go
going
back.
to the same place.
He wants to go back
We're
to the
gonna
same
see if
place.
it's still dry. We're gonna see if the sauce is good because I
Okay,
don't,
we'll go back to the one.
Wingstop makes their sauces fresh. Okay, I see them
Do
make
they?
it. It's in a bowl. They and then they mix it. I'm almost guaranteed that it's at least fresh sauce. Buffalo Wild Wings.
I think they
you
just
walk
mix it in a bowl.
I don't think so.
I think so. I think they pour it in and then they mix it.
I don't think so
I don't know.
because it's a smaller place.
All right, go ahead. You've
Buffalo
been in. I
Wild
haven't
Wings,
been in.
You walk in and all you can see is bottles of their sauce everywhere.
Well, they sell them everywhere.
They sell them
they
everywhere.
do sell it.
So it's kind of like a promotional thing, but then it's like, are we getting the same stuff as in the jars? I'd rather have like a fresh spicy sauce, and like you can see it in. You know, I don't know.
I'm assuming Wingstop has their own. I don't know.
I'm pretty
I don't
sure.
know.
I
will say,
I see them like pouring stuff into
If
the
you're gonna
sauce,
go
so.
them two, and I was actually looking at their app today because though you'll watch it on Tuesday, Mondays they do the boneless 60
And
cent
Tuesdays.
boneless and Tuesdays. But I was looking today to see if they had anything new, and I didn't see anything. But because we had a thing for fries at one point in time, I think it's expired
Yeah,
by
it's
now.
expired
But
by now.
I just it was so good. You know, but I'm not gonna lie though. I was looking for anything today that wasn't chicken because
Yeah, we were trying to stay
that
away
Burger
from
King
that
chicken hurt my
That
feelings.
was bad.
That hurt my feelings.
That was bad.
The more I thought of it, and I don't know if we actually officially said it, that was the worst thing we've eaten.
I think I did.
And we've eaten some nasty stuff on here. It really like
Wait,
some stuff that wasn't
Okay,
good. But that
it was. I think that Power Bowl, like vegetarian chicken.
Yeah, we talking about that on the ride today.
Yeah,
That
that
chicken
was-
was nasty, but I
It
would
was
have
rubbery and it tasted like a shoe.
It tasted like metallic,
but at least
remember?
it didn't taste like nasty,
Yeah.
old like oil. Like that's just bad.
Yeah,
So-
I did remind me of that, but this I actually threw
It's
the
like,
food
would
out.
you rather eat a shoe,
Yeah.
or would you rather have eaten a shoe
It takes a lot to
that
have me
was
throw
like
away food
in
that I
like
paid for.
pond water for 8 years?
Yeah, it wasn't good.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good
This,
at all.
it was good.
It was
definitely
good.
recommend.
I
going
would
and getting
100%
this. Yeah,
recommend this.
definitely. I don't know how long the limited time's going to last, but they are throwing digs at. I'll be interested to see if Papa John's or Pizza Hut don't try to copy them, or even Domino's. Because
This is very
does Domino's
innovative.
do a stuffed crust? I don't know if they do. A stuffed
Now
crust.
all they have to do is make. What was it? Meat nuggets
Oh, the meat nuggets. Yeah.
I
don't.
put them on the pizza.
It'll be
Not
interesting.
A meatball,
but
like
I gotta give them credit for
Yeah.
the cheapest pizza out of all the pizzas we buy. They always cover their pizza all the way to the crust. They don't burn their pizza ever, and it tastes fresh. Now they claim they are one of the few people that make fresh dough daily, but it tastes that way. Like it tastes, and it's always cooked. Look at even now, like this is set. We had to drive home, and I can squish any part of this crust, and it goes down. There's
because
not
of the
one,
cheese.
Not even because of the cheese, though. Because even when you get their regular pizza,
oh yeah,
their crust is always
it's always
this,
like delicious.
and that's the one thing I always like about Little Caesars crust, and it has a nice buttery finish, so it's not dry. So that's the worst part of eating the crust. And I understood why the kids always threw the crust down. It's why I always ate mine first, because I hated it because it was so dry and you couldn't swallow it. Little Caesars is never like that in any one of their pizzas that I've had.
Now, I would also like to mention most other stuffed crust places. When you get a stuffed crust, it's either you get like them, where it's very little dough and a ton of cheese, and in this case, meat as well. I've eaten stuffed crust pizzas where it's like this much cheese and this much dough, and it's just not a pleasurable, because it's stuffed crust, technically, yes, but you don't get any cheese. You can't even taste it, so it's just upsetting that you're paying the extra. It's not that much extra. The extra most bestest is around $8 anyway.
Somewhere around there.
This is basically an extra most bestest with stuffed crust and pepperoni, because it has all the pepperoni on it, kind of.
Well, you can clearly see when they make it too. They take the pizza and they just fold it right over, and then they put the stuff right up to it. You know what I mean? Like because when I was eating it, you can see it just easily peels apart. But there is, to your point, there's no gaps. You see the cheese goes all the way through. Mm-hmm. It's a generous amount. And again, it's flavored. They put the cheese and the seasoning all on the crust, and which the Parmesan cheese is a nice contrast to the mozzarella cheese
and I
that's
think
on the inside.
It's the perfect amount
really
of sauce and cheese for the dough on the bottom. Because the dough on the bottom's... It's kind of big for most pizza places, but it's basically the same. It's like, like 1/4 of an inch or whatever.
Sorry, my neighbor's walking around. Finn, come here.
It's like 1/4 of an inch. You get the sauce, the cheese. It covers it perfectly. So you get the bite of the delicious bread, the dough. And then you get the sauce, you get the cheese, you get the delicious pepperoni. In this case, you get the herbs and spices, right?
Okay, cut it up, because he's going to drive him
You get the delicious cheese, you get the barking dog, you get $10 out of your wallet, and you get deliciousness. It's delicious, you get stuffed crust with pepperoni in it, innovative, and for $10, you can't really beat that. So I'm going to say this is one of the better items we've had. I'm going to say it's up there with the best pizza we've had. Thank you, Little Caesars. What do you like to say?
No, that's it. He was going to keep babbling through it. I'm sorry to dog. He's not a big fan of the neighbors when they're running around in our front yard. So he was trying to say hello. But that's it. No, honestly, definitely go try it. We've said it already. Definitely another home run from them. And... actually their whole menu right now, because they got rid of the only thing I didn't like from them was the pretzel. They still have the thin,
everything on their menu.
No, they do. They still have the thin crust on their menu. They still have all that other stuff with the deals with the
cheeser.
They still have them. The slices and sticks, the Hawaii, everything on there.
$6.
I really like what they're doing with their crust, and
I love
it's
their
funny
prices.
It's almost wrecking me for other pizza chains, because all the other chains, when I tried that,
they make a severely worse pizza for like double the money.
Well,
it's outrageous.
You're not getting that nice buttery texture and that nice softness of the crust and all the things.
The dough's kind of boring.
I mean, we haven't had a Domino's. He had that one Domino's, and he's never wanted to go back since.
No.
Like, he's fought me on it. I'm like, Ryan, we got to go back and try him again. And I don't know if Domino's even does a stuffed crust, to be honest with you.
I don't know. But, whenever you go in the thing, they always have a deal for a large pizza.
No, they do.
But it's like $25.
It's not. It's $7.99 for like a 2-topping pizza or something.
With the deal. You look, And then without the discount, it said $25 for me on the app, and that's kind of.
I don't know. We haven't had one in a while.
Maybe the app just glitched, but that's a lot of money.
I don't know. We haven't had one in a while.
Pizza.
But I can tell you the Papa John's ones I remember liking. Yeah. We have not had a good Pizza Hut pizza out of any of the ones that we've gotten. To be honest with you, and I'm starting to think it maybe either their quality has gone down. And again, it's weird. I made him eat a piece of pepperoni because the pepperoni on this had a nice flavor. Yeah. Where the pepperoni on the Pizza Hut didn't even taste like pepperoni. Like it was like the weakest. Like it didn't have the flavor, and it's just.
At least it was to the edge, right?
Yeah, I don't know. So well, there you go.
Look at this. It's to the edge, and it's stuffed crust. So they hid the edge because there was no edge.
All right. Well, before you hit your magical number,
there was no edge in the edge.
I'm gonna be a good boy.
None.
All right. So.
And I dislike that because then, yeah, of course it's to the edge, you know.
Well, that being
thin
said,
crust, and there's no edge. It's just a flat piece of pizza. It has an edge, and it's to the edge.
Yeah, they do that with all their pizzas, though.
And it's in the edge.
Yeah.
So
it's even in the edge. You can't beat it.
It's cheaper than the edge.
Yeah.
And it's on the edge. It's in the edge. It's to the edge, and it's a better edge.
It's not a thin crust pizza, too. That was a $12 thin crust pizza.
If you like thin crust,
yeah. This one tastes
go get Little Caesars thin crust.
Well,
it had a better texture, and it was already to the edge.
This is just quality pizza to me.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, it's been so long since we had just like our regular downtown that makes used to make a good pizza.
Yeah.
But this, I don't even know if they have a buttery crust. We're gonna have to try a local pizza, like one of the local pizzas that we used to love just to see if it can even this is really good. It's really good. Mm-hmm. So, all right, we almost at your extended mark.
Minutes.
So. We will let you go on that one, but definitely go out and try it. This is the pepperoni and cheese stuffed crust pizza, and he's licking the box. I guess there's no better testimony than
the box tastes better than
he's just licking the box. So there you go. That's it. So there's our review, and hit that like and subscribe button, and hope you enjoyed the video.